Hello, friends. Hello, and good day. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are, and that the weekend went well for you. If it's a Monday when you watch this, otherwise, welcome back to the show. Today, I want to talk about catastrophizing and maybe some ways to avoid that. It's kind of a newer term, something. It's an old phenomenon though. We all know the overwhelming sense of emotional fatigue. It's frustration and disappointment, sense of dislocation or being marginalized, any limit or loss of control, feeling unappreciated. All of those things are really we just don't like them. They're terrible, really. But when you put several of them together in short order, and it can feel like a barrage. It can just hammer us, bam, 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 bam. And it's a really, really slippery slope, a short and slippery slope into catastrophizing. From there, where it looks like everything is horrible and it's not going to get better. And this is really common, particularly if you live a purposeful life, a strenuous life, as Teddy the Rough Rider Roosevelt said. And Job is correct. A man that is born of woman is a few days and full of trouble. Because if you live an active, purposeful life in many fronts, marriage and family and career and ministry, that's a lot of area to cover. And you interact and you're just, things are going to come along. And it's incredibly uncomfortable, and I want to give us some hope for it, and maybe a few tricks for the good stuff, a couple hacks that may help. Teddy Roosevelt, he described it, and first and foremost, I think we just need to appreciate the value and the privilege of living a life of meaning and substance. And he really does such a great job. I highly recommend you reading that speech. Such a great job in his speech. Part of it, he said, we do not admire the man of timid peace. We admire the people who embody victorious effort, the people who never wrong their neighbor, who is prompt to help a friend, but who has those viral qualities necessary to win in the stern strife of actual life. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. And if that's your lifestyle, if you are trying and you want to do well for your family and at work and many fronts, this emotional fatigue that is real short, skip and hop to catastrophizing is coming up. So I'm sorry if you're there, and I'm really proud of you for living a life of purpose. So let me just offer a few things, good things that may help. First, please don't make any major decisions. Don't take any major action until you've processed through. That's always a good idea. Suspend the big rocks. Defer decisions and actions about the big rocks until you've had a chance to really process the series of things that have led you to this just emotional fatigue. It's like, oh man, I'm just so tired. I don't want to take on anything else. If you're there, just suspend the big rocks. Let somebody help you. Have a battle buddy just help you get through the next 5 minutes type thing, right? Second, phone a friend. Spend some time with that trustworthy sounding board and talk it out. Suppressing our emotions is a bad idea. It's a very, very bad idea. Sharing them with indiscreet people, however, is equally bad. So put your feelings into words and vent those feelings to someone whose discretion and wisdom you can trust. And put them in whatever words you need to put them in. That's why you go to somebody you can trust, right? Venting is a necessary step from the really agitated, really fatigued, really on edge. When you're really terminally angry or just upset, it's necessary to vent that. It's cathartic to vent that. You get that out, and it's a step from really, really, angry, and you move through that process by venting, and then you can begin pivoting towards more rational things. We have to feel the feels. We have to acknowledge the feels honestly. We have to deal with the feels before we can move forward. Another one is get active. Do something, right? That's always an option. Do something physical. Walk, bike, run, swim, hit the gym. You don't have to go crazy, but just go. Do something. Activity will produce higher levels of endorphins. You'll oxygenate your brain. All of that is really good for the mind. It's really good for your mind state. Follow it with a nice, comfortable shower and a good meal. That's a hard reset. And that really does some great things for you. And lastly, once you're in a good spot, when you process through, once you're in a good spot, effectively deal with the deep-rooted but subtle causes. Things like unhealthy habits, unresolved conflicts, things in your past, traumas. Oftentimes it's the unresolved, it's the unconscious, right, that gets exposed during those times that are just kind of the Achilles heel. They just put us on the edge, or they push us over the edge, kind of thing. It's those things that nag for resolution, nag for a fix, but we're just afraid to look at. We really don't want to put our hands on. So those are a few things, if you're there, to avoid catastrophizing, kind of hard resetting and getting through it so you can get back to yourself. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.